and we expect that the learner or the student should be able to implement and continue to review their own personal or professional development plan. Okay, and one of the key things that we should remember per what we understood in your learning outcome 1 and your learning outcome 2 are that one of the 3 things that you normally use in reviewing or in determining the feedbacks, whether you're on track with your learning outcome or your learning objectives for the year or for the 2 years or for the 3 years that you have determined that you want to achieve something. We spoke about SWOT, which is a SWOT analysis, as one of the tool or analysis that you use in determining your strength and weaknesses. We spoke about the skills audit. That seeks to audit you and see if you are performing very well. We also spoke about the PDP, your personal development plan cover sheet, where it tells you areas that you intend to do, what you are doing well, what you are not doing well, how do you hope to achieve those things. It's called the PDP, your personal development plan. So these things are things that, for those of us who didn't join us in the previous lectures, these are things that we have to bear in mind and ensure that when we are answering our questions, we make use of them. We mention them in your answers as to how you're going to achieve when questions are being asked you, and then make sure you do quite a number of references when you are stating them. Okay, so we would therefore have to also look into you map it's important that you create a personal development plan, a career plan. The creation of the development plan forces you to think about the path you will take to achieve your goals. And after creation of that plan, you will need to implement it. The implementation of the plan will require motivation, drive, and among many things. Like I've just said, your own plan requires your own motivation and how to go about things. Okay. Now, let's look into the first one, which is the learning outcome 3.1. That seeks to address the processes and activities required to implement this development plan. What there are those processes? Okay, it is very important you have a proper time planning or planning learning sessions. Okay, you should have a proper time planning and planning learning sessions. This is very important, that you cannot have an effective personal development without time allocated to what you seek to achieve. Anything that you seek to achieve, you should have much time or much inclusive in your learning outcome. So anything that you seek to achieve, the time planning should be very important. Okay, so what we need to do is that we have to ensure that the planning is involved very well. And can you guys hear me? All right. So the learning plan should involve in this lecture. So it should involve the time planning, allocate those times to ensure that necessary feedbacks are given. And then once you have effective allocated time for your personal development and you have a time, then you can have a better feedback as to what you are achieving in those. Okay. And then we have to look into consideration of what forms of training and learning available in those things. When you achieve those things, you have to ensure that you have organization and understanding these activities. And then you have to make sure that you have availability funding in your personal development. Okay, availability funding in your personal development. And then lastly, we talk about your study skills and your practical issues. Your study skills, you have to take notes and also ensure you have self-assessment in those things. So if you look at the implementation development plan, the key thing is your time planning. Very, very important. What time have you allocated to do what you seek to do? How do you hope to achieve them? At what space? Is it 1 year time? Is it 2 years time? In a day, what time have you allocated to do those things? What activity? Are you going to read? Are you going to go to the library? So those things should involve in your time planning. And then consideration of what forms of training or learning are available and appropriate. Okay. In terms of short courses, distance learning, blended learning, full-time or past study, those are your consideration of training, you know. So you have to look into what kind of training do you need to achieve those plans. So it could be distance learning courses or short courses that will help you to achieve those. And then we have to look into your organization and undertaking activities, your availability funding. Probably you are doing a course that needs funding. It may be that your tuition fees need to be funded by, in the UK, we have what we call student finance. And so these are all options that you have to look into in your PDP, okay? Now, you should also look into your career plan. The following must be done during your implementation of the career plan. Whether self-managed learning, which is you are doing the learning on yourself, you are self-studying and no tutor is teaching you, you learn on your own. Or whether you are learning through research, you could be learning through research. Although it still forms under self-study, but through research, you might have a supervisor whom you submit your research to ensure that they are giving you the necessary feedbacks to enable you to comply with your research methodologies or research scope or research objectives, okay? And then learning from others. That normally we spoke about mentoring and coaching. Normally nurses, social workers, they all go through mentoring or go through coaching, okay? So these are the ones that needs looking into. Then we have learning from others as mentoring. And then we have seminars that you can attend, conferences that you can attend, and interviews that you can attend to enhance your scope. Okay. Then we mentioned what we call action plan. Now, at this stage, do we have any question at all? Please. Hello?
No.
Waseda, do you have any question?
No, sir.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, let's proceed. So the following must be done during implementation of career plan. Okay, so we mentioned your career plan, mentioned your PDP, what your time allocations, and let's look at your action plan. So having drawn your PDP, your personal development plan, then you look into your time, and then you then come into your career plan. Then you have to look at your action plan. What actions have you put in place to ensure you meet up with this career plan? Okay. Now it says after conducting the audit and appraisal of current skills, the major strengths and opportunities can be listed down along with the weaknesses and threats that may hamper the achievement of the desired goals and objectives. To overcome the gaps and challenges found on the audit and appraisal, an action plan is required. Following timetable or table depicts the timelines and tracking of PDP. Okay, so an example of what I'm talking about is what is captured in there. So you have your identified needs of PDP, you have your name, and you have the year. So for instance, description, maybe you have an IT issue. An IT may be internal or external. So maybe an external time, 12th of March, you hope to achieve it. And then have you achieved it or not? Yes or no? Yes. Your communication skills, maybe you lack communications or you lack the confidence to do presentation in the sight of people. So it might be an internal problem. When do you hope to achieve that? 30th of June. Have you achieved it? No. So this helps you to know if you're on track, what you are doing well and what you're not doing. That's the action plan. So you allocate time, how you want to complete this, how you have done it, and whether it's an internal problem or an external problem. These are very important. And I mentioned one important thing, one important tool that we need to consider when we are looking at time factor or anything that we are doing that involves time. And Placidia, you were in the lecture. Do you remember the analysis that we use when it involves time? Do you remember?
For
If you
sorry.
want to check if you are whatever you are doing, your action plan or your development plan, you are within time, or what we call scope, and not behind time. What tool or what analysis do we use when it comes to?
This smart analysis.
Thank you, smart analysis. Well done. So, are you there? My other sister, are you there? Hello, the other participants. Hello.
Oh yeah.
Is it no? No, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Have you heard of this before?
Yes.
What's your understanding of it? What's the meaning of that, please?
Sorry, because of the network issue, it was just cutting calls and coming.
Yeah, so I'm saying, what's the meaning of smart analysis? What's the meaning? Can you explain what does it mean?
No.
Have you heard of this word before, smart?
I did, but
You don't remember.
like
You're learning out your first two lectures. Who did you deal with, please? Have you done
sorry?
your first two lectures at learning outcome 1 and 2? Who did you have your lectures with?
No, it's my first class today.
Okay, I understand. Okay. So you need to do the 1 and 2 then, okay?
Okay, no worries.
You need to do the 1 and 2 then.
Okay.
Yes. So you can better understand. Now, Placida, can you explain to her you understand your smart analysis?
No, I'm
Okay.
just hearing.
Smart analysis is an acronym for S representing specific, M measurable. Okay, specific means you need to have a specific target, then or goal. M is measurable. Whatever your goal is needs to be measurable. Then A is what's A again?
No. Are you listening to her, please?
A is can I remember what A is? A is
Yes, I can hear her.
I can't remember what A is. S specific measurable
Should I help?
R is reasonable and time. So
Should I
A is
help?
supposed to be what's A again?
Achievable.
Achievable, yeah.
Okay,
So it needs to be achievable, which means you need to research and see that okay, this is something I can do within. Then R is reasonable and T is time. So
R is realistic.
realistic and time.
Okay. No, do you understand what she just said? Hello?
Yeah, bit of because the
Are you busy
whole
doing stuff?
no.
Are you
Sorry,
doing
because of
something?
the network issue, I don't know. The calls,
Okay.
whatever I can hear, it's cutting and coming. That's why I sometimes it's mute, sometimes I'm not muting it, but it's
Okay. So no, you need to take note of this, because whenever we give you an assignment, these are the things we want to see you stating them and referencing them. That shows that you really understand the topic that was discussed. You understand?
okay.
So once you hear time bound, any question that involves time bound, the
Yeah.
tool or what you need to mention will not be SWOT analysis. Okay, it should be
Okay.
SMART analysis and not SWOT. But when you hear things like strength and weaknesses, then you talk about SWOT analysis. Okay,
Analysis, yeah, which is strength, weakness, and O is
opportunities and your threats.
opportunity and
So we spoke about time bound, and time bound, you need to use the tool or what you can check to have feedbacks is what we call SMART. So whatever you seek to do, your learning outcome or your plan, your personal development, it should be what specific. You need to be very specific about what you want. Okay, I want to be a lawyer in the next 3 years. Okay,
Okay.
Specific. So law program, how many years? It's a 3 years program. So you need to be a lawyer in the next 3 years, or 4 years program, or 1 year program. Okay. So that
Okay.
should be specific. Identify your specific thing that you want to achieve in your career development. Or I want to be a manager in the next 1 year. Once you identify that is specific, then you should look what you want. Is it measurable? Is it measurable? Is it quantifiable? Is it something that you can measure so you can set a plan for it? Yes. Once you take yes, then is it achievable? Yes or no? Yes, I can achieve that within 3 years. No, I cannot achieve it within 3 years. Okay. I need more time beyond 3 years. Can you guys hear me? So is it achievable? Can I achieve this in the next 1 year? Yes or no? Do I have the skills at present to qualify for this program? Yes or no? What do I need to do then to get these skills or to achieve these skills? So that's achievable. Then you have to look, is it realistic? Is it something that is not possible? Is it realistic? Yes or no? Once you say yes, then what makes it realistic that I can achieve becoming a lawyer or I can become a nurse? Is it realistic? Then time bound. There must be a time bound attached to it. What do you have to do within the 3 years? Allocation of times to achieve those specific things that you have identified, and how realistic they become to you. You have to allocate time. So every day you have maybe 20 hours to do some studying, besides your children, taking care of your husband. You have to allocate time. So it must be time bound and it must have a date. Okay. All right. So how can I achieve this career plan? By the use of internet, social networks, new groups, bulletin boards, in-house training events, external programs, and all that. Okay. And then documenting processes. Undertake and document development activities as planned. Documenting progress. Documenting your progress. Okay. One of those evidence is suitable evidence of formal or informal or the job learning or portfolio building. How to build a portfolio, meeting evidence, because when you say portfolio is anything concerning your course that you are doing or your assignment. You put them in one file. Are you there? You put them in one file. That becomes your portfolio. So it could be the CV that you use to apply for the job, or whatever your anything, your assignment submission, all the time you met your leader to have a discussion, you document them. That becomes your portfolio. Are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
That becomes your portfolio. So from your
Oh,
application, your transcript, your certification, you went for interview, you had a quick chat with your supervisor, all those things comes together and becomes your portfolio. Okay.
okay.
All right.
Like how am I supposed to how am I supposed to submit the assignment? Like where should I submit it?
You mean after the lectures or what? Yeah,
Yeah, so
normally.
assignment.
Yeah,
Where
when
should
I
I?
get it. Yeah, there's an email. When I finish, I'll tell you. Okay.
Okay. And how many days for to
2 weeks.
finish this in 2 weeks?
2 weeks from all the lectures. For every lecture, you have 2 weeks to submit. But then once we finish the final learning outcome, which is the LO4, I'm going to have a assignment discussion with you, and then we
Okay.
expect that in 2 weeks' time, you should be able to submit all your assignment. It doesn't stop you from starting your assignment for each unit. Okay.
Okay.
So after lecturing you or teaching you for each unit, you can start it. But then once we finish all the learning outcome, we end on LO4, you have 2 weeks to submit all your full assignment. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Let me proceed on. So let's look at some review question. Why is it important to create a career plan? Hello, guys. Hello, ladies. Can I have an answer?
Do you mind reading it again? Because the screen is not coming on my phone, so I can't see it.
Can't you see? You can't see the screen. Kaseda, can you see the screen?
No, it's not coming on my, because I don't know, it's not coming. Can
That's
I log out and log in again, because it's not showing on my phone?
Okay, do it again. Placedia.
Okay, I'll do it.
Placedia,
Sir?
can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. No one can see. No, can you log in and log back again? Placedia, why is it important to create a career plan?
So that you can keep track of your progress.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Is that all?
Yes. That's why you create a career plan. So you keep track of where you are and now you're progressing or where you want to be.
Okay. That's all you can say, right?
Yes.
Your progress. What progress? You cannot just say progress. Is it learning progress or what kind of progress?
You said career plan, isn't it?
Yes.
So
Yes. So what kind of progress are you talking about? Progress
the
in what?
progress is like okay, let's say you want to, for example, you said you want to be a lawyer and maybe you want to do a course or you want to advance in your career, like you want to move to a promotional stage, and there are some courses that you're supposed to take before you can get those advancements. So you create a plan that okay, this year I'm going to do this particular course for at the beginning of the year, and you create a plan with your smart analysis. Then when you're done with that, then you can either apply for the job or apply for the promotion or the position.
Okay. Okay. All right. What about the second question? What are some of the factors that must be considered when doing your career plan?
Time, you have to consider the time.
Okay.
You have to consider if the goal is achievable with your smart analysis, isn't it? And you also have to consider your SWOT analysis, because you have to check if it's something that you are able to do or you can't do it. That's checking your strengths and weaknesses as well.
No, can you see the screen now?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay. And can you hear your colleague when she was speaking?
Yes.
Okay. So what about the third question, Placedia?
Sorry, come again?
Was any of the methods identified in two? Methods.
The same method you
Yes,
mentioned, smart,
any of
SWOT,
Yeah.
the
and all that. That's
methods
what you meant.
We
identified.
just discussed it now. See, this is the
Yeah.
problem I have when I'm doing my assignment, because it looks like I'm saying the same thing over and over again and it sounds wrong.
What are some of the factors different from the methods? Two different things. You understand me? Okay. What are the factors that we consider is different? You can talk about the time and all that, but the methods in determining that is a smart and SWOT and other ones. Okay.
Okay.
You get a question. What are some of the factors? So you don't talk about the methods, factors different from the methods. You get my point?
Okay.
So the factors, you have to consider time, isn't it?
Yes.
You have to consider your skills that you have already, isn't it?
Yeah.
That if it meets up what you aim to achieve, isn't it?
Yeah.
And all that. But when it comes to the methods, you should be talking things like the skills audit, okay? The SWOT analysis. You understand me?
Yeah.
Those are the things we expect. That you can talk about the PDP, okay?
Yeah. Career
PDP,
development plan
the plan, exactly. So those are the methods that we expect that you
that you
mentioned. But
use.
yes,
Oh,
but in terms of
yeah.
the factors, that is quite general. In terms of talk about factors like the time, the skills you have already, whether it's a miss. Those are the things that. So if you go through your notes in LO and you get more understanding, okay.
Okay.
And then lastly, are you more confident about your constructing your own development plan? I need an answer.
No. Something like that. Yes.
Okay. So no, are you there?
Yes, yes.
I think you might not be able to answer most of them because it's your first lecture. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I
Just
think you have to
I'm
Yes,
just
I have
keeping
an
track.
idea of what the career development plan is, so
exactly.
I think I
So
can.
no, I think you have to reschedule for or look for the recording for the first two lectures. No, okay.
Oh, okay.
Tell the admin team that they'll have to reschedule you for um the first two lectures, LO1, LO2. Or let them ask them to
Thanks
ask.
for letting me know.
Yes. And ask if they can send you the recording as well. Okay.
Sorry, come again. What did you say?
The recording. The
Yeah.
recording for
Okay,
the
I need to
previous
ask for the
lectures.
recording.
For the previous lectures. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then they can also send you the slides. Okay. The notes and the slides.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That's fine. So are you confident on study? There's a sample, Placidia, there's a sample on, I think, LO2, a copy of the development plan sheet. Have you seen it before? Did you see it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, look at.
the one in is it communication management or
Yes. No,
managing?
under this same lecture, I think LO2, it has a sample of the PDP form. Go look
Yeah.
at it. Yeah, PD form. It has. If
Mm,
you go back and have a thorough look at it, you have a clearer picture, practically how it looks, okay,
yeah.
in construction your development plan.
Yeah, I'm doing
But
one
obviously,
in the
but obviously it should include the component, the time, the date, and all those things, okay?
yeah.
Okay. Then let's look at how we can critically reflect our own learning against our aims and objectives. Reviewing and updating development plan. Reviewing and evaluating development against aims and objectives and time scales. So every now and then you have to review and evaluate those achievements against your time scales. We also have to have reflective learning and reflective diaries. Very important. And this should all be in what you call your portfolio. Anything you imagine you're having a project work. For those of you who have done a degree before, master's before, you are not on your own. Anything you do, you have to create time and meet your supervisor to confirm that what you are doing is on track, okay? Before you can go to the next stage. Without the approval of your supervisor, anything that you're doing is waste. So reflective learning, reflective diaries, obtaining and using feedback, evidence of achievements, reviewing and amending your learning plans. Every time you have to amend and review to confirm or to align with your aims and objectives. Building in review dates and setting criteria for measuring achievement for formal and informal development activities. Okay, so very important. You have to review, and then reviewing, you have to use SWOT analysis. Okay, guys. Yeah, I guess ladies, sorry. So based on the SWOT, I'm able to formalize the learning requirement and set actionable objectives. So example is what we did. So you look at what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. It depends on what you want to achieve. It could be that these are your weaknesses, interpersonal skills. You say identify needs of PDP. So I'm sure that those are your weaknesses. You're not too good in those areas. You're not good interpersonal skills. You're not good in your own time management. You're not good in Prince 2. Prince 2 is an IT software that you might not be good in. Maybe you're an IT consultant and you need to improve yourself. You're not good in the conflict management skills. You're a leader in your company. You're not able to have the skills in solving issues among staffs, and your CV doesn't look too good. So these are the 4 things that you've identified, 5 things you have identified as an individual. Per your SWOT analysis, you've seen that these 5 things are a need to you. But then what are the need? Are they internal sources or are they external? You see, is it something that you have to do through your own self-study, or you need somebody to help you, or you need to go to university for you to be taught by a lecturer? So is it self-studying? Is it training through a company, or you need a mentor? Is it training through SML, or do you need a tutor or a senior help? So once you identify the problem, then you know, okay, oh, this I can self-study on my own. This I need somebody to help me. Okay. Then you set timelines. Is it 3 months time? Is it 2 months time? Is it 3 months time? Is it a 2 days workshop? Is it 7 days? And then what year do you hope to finish? Is it in 2024? Is it 2026? Is it 2025? Do we get understanding of what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
No,
do you understand?
Yeah, I can hear it.
No, not hearing me, but do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes.
Sorry, can I see that's what analysis page again? I was just looking through it for you to pick up. Yeah, that one. Thank you.
Okay. Can I proceed?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Okay. So let's look at another tool we can look into, the reflective learning. Reflective learning focuses on the development of critical thinking skills through the internal processes of examining strength and exploring areas for improvement. The learner constructs and clarifies meaning in terms of their own understanding and cognition, supporting changes in conceptual perspective. Okay. Reflective learning focuses on the development of critical thinking skills through the internal process of examining strength and exploring areas of improvement. So again, SWOT analysis, strengths and weaknesses and opportunities. Okay, areas of improvement, opportunity. Okay, then the positive impacts. The positive impacts. The positive impact of reflective learning has been well documented, stemming from the works of David 1938 and Sean 1983, where the process of reflection challenges misconceptions and provides clarity. Okay, the positive impact of reflective learning has been well documented, planning from the works of Darwin 1938 and Sean 1983, where the process of reflection challenges conceptions and provides clarity. So take note of the reference. Very, very important. You have to quote these persons when you are referring to reflective learning. The average process of reflection can be characterized through following 4 critical areas. Okay, referred by Rogers 2022, where reflection is a meaning-making process that moves a learner from one experience into the next with deeper understanding. It is the thread that makes continuity of learning possible and ensures the progress of the individual. Okay. Reflection is a meaning of making process that moves a learner from one experience into the next with deeper understanding. It is the thread that makes continuity of learning possible and ensures the progress of the individual. Reflection is a systematic, rigorous discipline of thinking rooted in scientific inquiry. Reflection needs to happen in community interaction with others, what we call peer review. And then lastly, reflection requires attitudes that value the personal and intellectual growth of oneself and others. This is what we call reflection. So it comes in different forms. It could be reflection from engaging your community, it could be reflection engaging from your supervisor or even your friends. You reflect, your friends can critique you. They can raise concerns of your behavior and attitudes. And if you listen to them, you can have a reflection of those behaviors and correct them. Okay? All right. So reflective learning. One, we have to look at your prior knowledge. What was your knowledge before you decided reflection activities that are used to start of a topic or a course? Reflection activities that you use to start a topic or a course can be useful way of understanding and activating students prior to knowledge. Okay. And then we have the two organization. Reflection on an experience is an important stage in building deep and meaningful connections. Okay. Then in the third one, you have your motivation. You can help students increase future motivation by asking them to reflect on activity and think about how they would adapt a future attempt. Okay. Then you can look at mastering. Reflective activities that can be useful in helping students develop deeper understanding by reflecting on their experience to identity. Then 5, goal directed. As part of the practical feedback cycle, it is important that students have the opportunity to reflect on feedback and plan how they will use it. Then 6, you look at social and emotional reflection. Activities that can be useful in helping students analyze their assumptions and biases as they develop their social identity. And then lastly, number 7, self-direction. Reflection is a critical part of a student path to becoming self-directed learners. But don't assume that they have the mental cognitive skills to do this by themselves. Okay. So these are 7 components when it comes to reflective learning that we have to take note. Let's look at promoting reflection. So first of all, you need to look at what we call the reflective cycle, Gibbs 1988. It underpins one such framework, which has 6 stages in providing learners a reflection and prompt learner to explore different aspects of their experience. So one, you have to look at what has happened that you need a reflection for. What are your feelings? What were you thinking about that you need a reflection? You need to have evaluation, what was good and what went bad. You have to analyze what sense can you make out of the situation. You have to conclude what could you have done rightly or wrongly. Lastly, your action plan. If it rises again or if it arises again, what would you do? Okay. If the issue happens again, what would you do? So having looked at what went wrong and what went right, and having gotten your conclusion, you need to have a evacuation plan, a second plan that if it happens again, what would I do? Okay. And this is what we reflect to the reflective cycle of James 1998. You have to quote those when you're answering your assignments. Okay. And then this is a sample. Okay. So you see PDP, this is a sample of it. Okay. Update and develop the plan basis feedback and evaluating your PDP, review of your PDP. So this is a template of it. My personal development targets, short term or long term. How will I achieve my targets? What activities do I need to undertake to achieve my objectives? What support do I need? Date of review, when you intend to have a review again. 3 months time, 1 month time, 2 weeks time. Progress made towards, am I making progress? Is it becoming realistic that I can achieve this on it? Oh, I'm not possible. I cannot do this law program. I need to change to do something else. Is it realistic? What actions have been put in place if it's realistic? And if it's not, what actions have been put in place if it is not? Probably you have to stop the course along the way and look out for a different course, or you have to defer your program. And then lastly, actual date for achieving this target. In the next 1 year, are you able to complete it or not? So this will inform you in your SMART analysis, okay?
Yeah.
And then these are the references that, lots of references that you have to. I beg you, any assignment that you submit, make sure you quote. There should be references. Harvard style of reference. There should be references, okay? Do not do things on your own as if you did not refer, you did not quote from. Once you are choosing SMART analysis and other things, make sure where you have to quote. If you are using the game cycle, make sure you quote. And this is the example of how we want your references format should be. This is what we call the Harvard style of reference. It has the name of the writers and it has the book stated. Okay, so for instance, the first one says Atwata L.E. Yamio. These are two names or one person that wrote the book, and it comes with the year the book was written, and then the name of the book, Antecedents and Consequences of Self-Order Rating. Okay, agreement, a review of model research, blah, 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 and then you state it. Look at the second one, Bed G 1994, a presentation to the EFMD annual conference, the self-managed learning class. This is a sample of Harvard. Okay, so we need to, if there are 3 writers, you have to state all of them, or 3 authors, you have to state all of them. But in your assignment, you don't need to quote all of. You can say David and R, AT and R, AL. In the absence of the 3 people that you want to state, you don't need to state all the 3 people. You said Awata and the others. But when it comes to the reference list or reference column, you need to state all the 5 people and state the book and the year. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. No, I am about to end the lecture. Do you have any question at all? No.
No, I'm just listening because I need to go through like last 2
Yes.
those.
Yes.
So because I'm just hearing, I can't answer any of you, and I've heard
Don't
whatever
worry.
you said.
Don't
And I've
worry.
taken
If you ask
screenshots
for
of the question so that I can read it later.
yes. So in this lecture, there are questions in there. All you need to learn, just ask for the previous lectures. Either they reschedule you for another lecture for a different group, or ask them for the recordings. Okay.
Okay.
So you ask me where can you send your assignment? So look at
Yeah.
it. So for all your queries, please can you send an email to learnerwork@ukvaccine.co.uk. Okay. Submission of your assignment needs to be done on learnerwork at. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Assignment submission is after 2 weeks of the completion of the units and its delivery. Okay.
Okay.
So what it means that for every lecture, you can start to work on it. Okay.
Okay.
For every lecture. So every lecture has its own questions, which you have it on the assignment brief. I don't know if you saw before I started teaching, I showed you something on the assignment brief. We're going to have a proper discussion on the assignment discussion when we finish the whole lecture, and then we're going to discuss about it. Okay. But if you
Okay.
look at the assignment brief, it has all the questions, and I can share that with you as well when you are done. Okay.
Okay.
So we have come to the end of our lecture. Let me send you a copy of the assignment, what I'm talking about. Just give me one.
Okay.
This is what we call assignment brief. Can you see it? Can you see it? No.
Yeah, I can see it.
So look at the 3. Look at that. This is what we just, number 3. Have you seen this? This is what we just discussed. Have you seen it?
Be able to discuss. Yeah.
So look at the questions. Look at the learning outcome. So if you go down, you see that. Just 1 minute.
Understand how self-managed learning can enhance lifelong development. Self-managed and lifelong learning approaches of learning content. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. So this is your learning outcome. Okay. Now, are you there?
Yeah.
So we expect that we've covered all these things. Okay. Are you there? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Aha. So you go to assignment brief. You have a copy on your student model. Do you know how to access your student model?
I did say the WhatsApp group or
No WhatsApp group. Every student has a student model.
sorry.
As your admin, when you those who registered you for the course, ask them student model. You must have the login details. You can find all these information there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. As a man or admin, and as your student model login details, you can have all this information there. Okay.
Okay.
And then even all your assignments as well. All right.
Okay. I'll try to get it as soon as possible.
That's fine. So please, any questions at all, ask them. Can you get a recording from your learning outcome 1, learning outcome 2, which is this one. This one I'm talking about. You see the first one, 1 and 2. You missed these 2 lectures.
Okay, understand. Okay. Yeah.
1 and 2. This one. This 2. Okay. This one. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
These 2. You need to have these lectures so you can get more understanding. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Placida, you have any question at all?
No, I don't.
Are you sure?
Hi there. I think it's another lady. Sorry, I am not able to see your name. I think it's Placida. Yeah. Have you mind sharing with me the first 2 things, because it's very tough for me to go and get it again. I mean the first 2 lectures. Have you done it?
I'll look at it on YouTube. If I can find it, I'll put it on the group.
Oh, please. Thank you so much.
All right.
And assignments, I haven't done any assignment before, so I have no idea how to do it. Like, I mean, the procedure, how to do it. So would you mind sharing with me how to do it?
It's on Microsoft Word.
Okay.
Or PowerPoint.
Okay, Microsoft, and what is it?
Word.
Okay, Microsoft Word. Okay.
It's just opening Word and typing in. So if they give you an assignment, you just have to type them in Word, or you want, if it's a presentation, you have to put in a presentation form. But we're going to have a discussion properly when we finish the whole course. Okay, called assignment discussion. All right.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
And then your format should be font size should be 12. Okay.
Okay.
You know about reference. Do you know how to do reference?
Sorry? What?
Do you know about references?
References.
Yes.
Like references for what? Like, I didn't understand you. Sorry.
In my lectures, I mentioned about reference. I just mentioned about how to do Harvard reference. And
sorry. Oh, I got it now. Yeah, I understand it. But as you said, I need to go through the first 2 lectures, because I did read it, whatever you said, and hear it properly. But if you can't, if you need to grow on a tree, you need to know how the soil are also, right? That's
okay. So first of all, ask when you finish. Go back to that meeting and ask them of your student model. You need your login details. Okay. So you
Okay.
can access, you can
Oh,
have all
I
this
have saw it.
information.
I've saw it. Yeah, I've saw it. I'll do it.
Okay. All right. We'll
Sorry,
enter
just
this
my
later.
first day. Bear with me. Sorry, I might ask some stupid questions.
No, that's fine. No question is stupid at all, please. You have the right to
Uh,
ask any questions at all that you want, okay?
thank you very
But you
much.
need to understand the fundamental. You need to know how to do references. You need to
Okay.
know how we expect students to answer questions. So you should have that. If you don't have, message the group, message that meeting, those that registered you for the course, and they'll send you all those information. Because we have a certain way of answering questions. Your font size, how you do formatting, how to answer the
It's
questions,
on
and
your
all.
student model. The format explanation is on your student model.
Everything is there, okay?
Okay.
When you open it, you will see it on your student model. One of the first things before you open your courses.
Okay. I'll see.
Okay. Okay. So I'll bring lectures to an end, okay? And then see you tomorrow, okay?
All right.
Okay. See you, sir.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. That button to leave again.